Regrettably, the Lego Ninjago movie is another step down from the Lego Batman movie, which itself stepped back from the Lego movie's greatness. That was to be expected, not least from the absurd choice to release 2 Lego films in the same year. Even from a business perspective, let alone a creative one, that was a bad idea. Like Warner Animation Group wanted to speed up franchise fatigue. But that still leaves room for the film to be moderately good, so let's hop in. For those of you unaware, Ninjago is the current generation of action Lego figures that all single digits boys lap up, and having been an avid Bionicle fan, I can appreciate that. But it does limit even further the film's adult appeal, and while it wisely has no relation to the Lego Ninjago television series, the film still can't help but feel like its niche is narrowed from the last Lego film. Best to start with the plot. No, the film gives us another superhero quota of a villain who can't beat the heroes, but always escapes to try again. The villain is a techno warlord named Garmadon, while the heroes are a sextet of ninjas commanding mechas beloved by the town of Ninjago. You might call it ironic, then, that the leader, Lloyd, is despised at school purely for being Garmadon's son, ostracized for a father who can't even remember he exists. Now, this trigger of alarm bells set off by this plot's tightrope between stupid and clever shouldn't be that concerning, because the Lego movie absolutely handled the mixture of joyful cynicism and earnest sincerity. But that's the problem, as the Lego Batman movie proved in part. The Lego movie's success on that ground came from its directors, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who have never failed to handle that tonal blend with every film they've made. The tonal mismanagement that dragged down Lego Batman's back half is in full force the whole way here. Between abandoned teenager angst, anime action, and fantasy plotting involving the search for a bland MacGuffin to unlock and harness the ninja's powers, the film needed very delicate handling that, alas, it did not receive. What that leaves us with, mostly, is sticky sentiment and cliches about family and daddy issues. Of course, another main thing we could rely on with the previous Lego films was pop culture riffs and gags, but they feel weirdly misaimed and even pervasive here. There are some frankly terrible song cues, along with the non-joke spoof of Good Morning America using its hosts, and, again unlike the previous 2 films, the voice cast feels largely wasted, with the rest of the ninja team being especially one note. Now, plenty of jokes do land, the majority of them courtesy of Garmadon himself, who largely succeeds at working for much the same reason that Will Arnett's Batman did before him. But even when the film's funny, they're always expected jokes, and so it never rises above being comfort food comedy, funny because it was funny the last 2 times, and suffering from diminishing returns. We still have the details of the animation, and they remain great. The Lego house style, as perfected by the always reliable Australian visual effects house Animal Logic, continues to conjure up a virtually seamless illusion of plastic toys given inner life. There are subtle visual differences as compared to the previous films, mostly of the digital variety. The water is all actual digital water rather than be made of Lego, and the characters have greater physical flexibility than the actual articulation of Lego figures. That last point's a bit of a double-edged shuriken. It allows for greater character expression, but taking away that jerky movement does strip away some of the lo-fi charm that's so playful and unique. I don't mean to undersell the film's visual look. The movement's fast but perfectly easy to follow, the textures are intricate with even more deliberate scruffs and such, the body language is fun. It's just that the visuals don't advance the style one brick, even if it's as beautiful as ever. Even when the film is satisfying, it is usually in marginal ways. The film has live action bookends concerning a boy wandering into a shop run by Jackie Chan, who tells him the story of the film. Frankly, this framework is pointless, sharing no thematic resonance with the film, but Chan, who also voices the de facto mystic guiding the ninjas, is very comfortably goofy, and his rapport with the boy is more effective in mere minutes than the whole film of Vader Skywalker Light between Lloyd and Garmadon. Past that, the film carries the merits and cons of the previous Lego films. It's overlawn, even though obsessing on that will be missing the forest for the trees. The female representation is poor, consisting of one of the 6 ninjas and Lloyd's mom. On the other hand, various side merits return, from the wacky charm deriving from an actual cat present as a Godzilla-esque threat, among other things. But all these merits are second-hand, or third-hand, even. As such, it's hard to shake off the feeling that this feels like a toy commercial, and probably not a very good one, given it keeps sidelining the action for daddy issues that I suspect the young boys will get itchy at. It's hard to say where, exactly, this film landed in mediocre territory, but land in mediocre territory it did. Here's hoping that, with the film set to make even less money than Storks, Warner Animation Group reconsiders their approach with the future LEGO films, and fast. Thanks for watching the review, folks. As always, I'm your host, Mike Culligan of Cartoon Karma. If you liked what you saw, leave a like or a comment. That'd be pretty neat. Subscribing would be even neater. Or you can check out my other videos, where I cover animation of all shapes and sizes. Perhaps even follow the channel on Facebook and Twitter. All your choice, but it sure brings a smile to my face. Until next time, folks.